Today we're going to be talking about subtracting integers. So we're going to be using a number line to help us with the positive and negative numbers. So when you're using a number line to subtract integers, your first number is where you're going to start on the number line. So number 1, I have negative 4 minus 3. So I'm going to start at negative 4 on my number line. And since I'm subtracting 3, that means I'm going to be going to the left because I'm subtracting numbers. So I'm starting at negative 4 and I'm subtracting 3. So 1, 2, 3. So I ended up at negative 7. So negative 7 would be my answer. All right, number 2, so I have 6 minus 11. So I'm going to start at 6 and I'm subtracting 11. So subtracting, I'm going to the left. So I'm going 11 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I ended up at negative 5. So negative 5 would be my answer. All right, next one, I have 7 minus 2. So this one we should know is just a regular 7 minus 2. If you want to use the number line to help you with this, you can, but you don't have to. We already know what 7 minus 2 is, but if you want to use a number line starting at 7, subtracting 2, we end up at positive 5. Okay, so those first 3 are pretty straightforward. The next 2 are a little bit different. They have parentheses in there. Those parentheses are just to keep these two signs separated. So we would read number 4 as negative 1 minus negative 8. So there is one kind of weird rule when you're subtracting integers. When you have minus a negative, it turns into a positive. And the reason that's happening is because when you're subtracting the numbers, it's the same thing as adding the opposite. So if we're subtracting negative 8, the opposite would be adding 8. So if you want to rewrite these, that would be a good idea. Some people like to put a little plus sign in there for both of those. You can do that, or you can rewrite it as negative 1 plus 8. Either way is fine, and then you're back to normal. So we did adding integers yesterday, so negative 1 plus 8 would get us to 7. Okay, next one, same exact rule. I see minus a negative, subtracting negative numbers, same thing as adding the opposite. So we're adding the opposite of negative 4, so opposite of negative 4 would be positive 4. So I have like 2 plus 4, so my answer would be 6. Okay, so when you are subtracting, you're going to be going to the left on your number line. If you have minus a negative, that changes into a plus sign. So you're going to be going to the right on your number line. So the only time you're going to be going right on your number line is if you're subtracting a negative for subtraction. Okay, let's try one more. Actually, let's do 2 more. All right, so let's do negative 7 minus 3. Okay, these 2 minus signs are not next to each other like these were. Since they're not next to each other, I leave them alone. I'm subtracting, so I should be going to the left on my number line. So I'm starting at negative 7, and I'm going to be going 3 to the left. So starting at negative 7, and then I'm subtracting 3. So 1, 2, 3, negative 10 would be my answer. Okay. So my next question, number 7, looks very similar to number 6. The difference is that we're subtracting a negative number. So if we're subtracting a negative number, it's going to turn into a positive. Okay, so subtracting a negative, those two, we can do zoom, zoom, turn them into a plus sign. So I have negative 7 plus 3, talked about this yesterday. So negative 7 plus 3 is going to be negative 4 for our answer. So notice the difference between these two problems. If it's just a normal minus sign, we go to the left on your number line. If you have minus a negative, it's going to turn into a plus sign. The parentheses don't change anything.